welcome back to my channel. Huge thank you to you for all your support. Don't forget I do have a giveaway running. It's an 800 subscriber giveaway and you could win an LMS Pro cleansing kit. So if you haven't, it's like a duo kit. If you haven't yet entered that giveaway, then check the drop down description box for more details. So today's video is a Jeffree Star Jawbreaker homage look. So this is what I've managed to create with my Jawbreaker palette. It's not bad for a first attempt. I have obviously got the Jawbreaker palette. You must have heard about it because of all the issues I had at Christmas. Yeah, it was a nightmare. I'm not going into it, but obviously I've had the palette here and I've had it for a while. And the palette's gorgeous, it's really pretty, and I didn't want to use it, so it's kind of still in its packaging, all pretty, hardly used. I take it out and I have a little look at it from time to time. It's gorgeous, but I'm one of these people that I spent a lot on it and I was just wanting to look at it. And everyone's been like, you haven't done any swatches, you've not even done a look with it. Where is it? It's here in its packaging, in the box, on the shelf, looking at me, and I take it out and look at it and admire how pretty it is. So yeah, it's been wasted just sat in my collection. So I thought I would have a go and see what I could create. And this was it. So the next video, the next part you're going to see is how I create this look. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, stay tuned, stick around. Here it is. Okay, so this is the Revolution Pro Eye Elements Core Primer. I recently got it. It's not too bad. I quite like it. So I'm literally just covering all of my eyes over it, over the lids, with a sponge. So I've gone and got some tape because I want to kind of sort of keep all my eyeshadow with like really sharp edge. As you saw with the tape, I was putting it on my hand first and tearing it off. It takes some of the stickiness off, so I'm not going to take half my face off with it. So I'm using Bella Pierre setting banana powder to kind of set my eyes into place. You can use a really kind of light eyeshadow as well. I really like this powder. It's a really good setting powder for your face. I like setting my eyes with it as well. So this is the Jawbreaker palette from Jeffree Star. The first colour I'm using is Good Morning, and again I'm just kind of putting it on just as a base, kind of transition-y sort of shade. So I'm going into that really rich red colour. It's called Licorice. That was me dropping something. I'm literally starting at the edge of the tape on the outer side of the eye, and I'm just kind of blending it in, and the pigment of this is really quite strong, so I'm using a little bit to begin with. Just rocking it back and forth and kind of putting it down where I want it to be, making sure that it's being blended out properly and bringing it towards the inner kind of middle of the eye. The first time I've used the Jeffree Star eyeshadow. I really like this red. The pigment is really good. So with a blending brush that's unused, I'm just really kind of softening those edges. I'm going in with this really bright orange colour, check it out. So it's called Suck. Now the red kind of takes all of the shine of this orange away because the red's such a strong colour, but it is a really, really nice orange. So just swap brushes there. The big one wasn't really doing it for me. Really easy to work with as well, that orange. And then I've nipped back into the red just to make that red a bit darker and kind of blend the two together in the middle. Now I've got every brush I literally own by my feet and I still can't find a brush I want to use. So I'm going in with this yellow colour which is called Wow. It's really pigmented in the pan. But I am struggling to get it to show up. At this point, I'm a bit like, it's not showing. Try pressing it down with a finger. It's a lot better with the finger, but it's still not as good as I'd have liked it to have been. At this point, I'm like, right, setting spray, let's have a crack at you. So brush, setting spray, same colour, back in. I want to see if I can pat it on and get that colour payoff that you do in the pan. And nope. It comes on a little better, but yeah, it's still not as I'd have liked it to have been. It's better. So I'm moving across to a different eye. I'm using that really strong blue called Soaked. And again, I'm starting right on the outer edge. Now this is the first time I think I've ever done an eye look where both eyes have been completely different. I just wanted to create something that used a lot of the colours in this pan, and I thought it did Jawbreaker palette justice. Now again, this looks completely different to what it does in the pan to on the eye. It looks darker on the eye. Again, a little goes a long way, and it was really kind of easy to blend this one and use it. Can you see the difference between the colour on the brush and the colour on the eyelid? It's the same colour. I do like that blue. So with another brush, I'm dipping into this kind of pastel-y purple. It's called Gumdrop. It's really, really nice. It's a lot lighter than what the blue shade is. But eventually, once I kind of pack it on a little bit and work with it, it blends in together really lovely. Back into the blue just to kind of blend any harsh lines out and kind of meet them both in the middle, and then back into that Gumdrop. So again, still looking for a brush. Can't tell you how many brushes are on my feet. It's ridiculous on the floor. So I've decided to use this really kind of like pastel-y kind of Jawbreaker pink. and it's in bubblegum. There's a really nice darker one as well, but I've gone for the lighter of the two. I think it'll blend really nicely into that gumdrop. Back into that gumdrop just to kind of define that purple a bit more and to help blend in the edge of that bubble gum. So I've gone back in with a clean brush to that first Good Morning shade, and it was that transition shade, and what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going around the outline of the eye looks and kind of almost blending them together, but taking that harsh kind of look. I don't kind of, it's really hard for it to kind of, there's the eyeshadow, stop, and then there's the eye, so that's what I'm trying to do on both sides. It's hard though because it's such bright colours that it does just stop. Again, I've gone back in with that yellow. I'm just not happy with it. So I'm going to attempt to try and draw some eyeliner. I'm not very good at wings. I am trying to get better, but yeah, I still find it really, really difficult. Thankfully, I've got the tape still on. I think this side's going to come off better because the blue and the black will hide a multitude of sins. I have hooded eyes as well, so I can't really do a thick band because when I close my eyes, it will literally be the only thing that you see. I may try and line the rest of my eye, but it needs to be really, really thin. Now that one I've just used is an Ico I Do liquid eyeliner, so it's the waterproof one. I'm going to attempt to use this one, which is so far has been my favourite one, which is a collection waterproof fast stroke one. Again, I don't want it to be too thick. I won't get away with it being too thick because of my hooded eyes. See how this goes, eh? I'm just doing tiny, tiny little strokes. Now, I have just put a splodge there, but it's okay because I'll tidy it up in a minute. Right, I think I'm going to go and maybe put some makeup on because I might be very underdressed for these eyes. So I'll be right back. So I am about to take the tape off and see what's left. I've put a little bit of foundation on. I'm going to obviously do under here, which is what I've not done because I had tape on. I'm going to put some concealer under my eyes and then I'm going to come back and tidy up a few bits. Okay, a face is completely done. I'm going to work on under the eyes. I got 2 brushes for that. I'm going to do the same on both, I think. So I'm going to use the green and the blue. So I'm going to do green and then out to the darker on the side. So I'm going to start with the dark. This side's really, really easy because it already has the dark at the edge. And then I'm just going to smudge. And do the same on the other side. Can you hear my children? Pew, pew. That's a gun, I'm guessing. And then I'm going to use the green, which is that one there, which was called Sour. The other one was Delicious. Ooh, almost dropped that. And for me, that is my Jeffree Star inspired Jawbreaker, very colourful look. What I will do is I shall get a new brush, not that one. Let's see if I've got any brushes left. Yeah, and I'm going to go in with a Jawbreaker, do the brow bones and a little bit in the corner because it is stunning. It is such a stunning colour. Done. I need to put something on my lips, clearly. But yeah, this is my Jeffree Star inspired kind of multicoloured jawbreaker look. I can't believe it's taken me this long to use this palette. I was just like, oh my god, it's pretty. I want to keep it for myself. So yeah, there was a few things review-wise. The colour pigments are really, really good. I had a lot of trouble working with that yellow. It's still not as how I would like it, and it didn't work very well wet either. The green isn't very pigmented at all, and there isn't a darker green to use either, so it's not like I could switch to a different one. I mean, yeah. The rest of the colours that I used, I really, really liked. I love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased I got my hands on it. Well, what do you think? It's definitely different. I don't tend to do, I tend to usually do one complete look. So for me, it was very, very different. I hope you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to enter my giveaway. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.